all of you understand the importance of habits and you would like to build new habits. In the course, we have given one formula, and that formula is MAP, M-A-P. What this M stands for motivation, A stands for ability, and P stands for prompt. So I given a lot of emphasis on motivation. What exactly is your motivation to follow physical fitness journey? We all are here having that starting point of that physical fitness. So what is the motivation, right? And then there is a video on 5 why technique as well. What exactly is your why? Why you really want to focus on your physical fitness? So if your answer is I want to become healthy, then it is not that emotional reason. So you will need to find out your real why. What is that real motivation? And that should be very emotional. It could be anything. It could be like, I want to become the support of my parents. I want to become the support of my children. I want to roam around the world, and for that I should be fit and fine. What is that real reason for which you really want to achieve that physical fitness? It could be your like 5 why technique. Have you seen that video? If yes, then please type in yes in the chat box. That 5 why technique, you have gone through that video? Yes. Super. Vishal is saying yes. Vasuki is saying yes. Firoj, you have gone through that 5 why technique? No. Okay. So I would suggest you to go through that. That will give you good amount of understanding that what exactly should my reason of achieving that physical fitness. So motivation is that emotional reason for which you really want to achieve that goal. Then ability, you will need to do the introspection. You will need to reflect back that what exactly the ability is required to achieve this particular habit. And do I have the habit? Do I have the ability to do that? And we are talking about tiny habits here. We are not saying that you go for 1 hour exercise every day. We are just saying, can you start with 5 minutes of exercise? It could be like very tiny habit that can you start with 1 push-up? Can you start with 1 squat? Can you start with 1 Surya Namaskar? Can you start with even doing 10 minutes of pranayama? Can you start doing 1 minute of meditation? Can you start up, like if you want to build the habit of reading a book, can you start by reading 1 line of the book? Just read 1 line. That's it, done for the day. Can you start with that? And such a tiny habit, do you have the ability to do that? For all such kind of tiny habits, we all have the ability to perform or to do it. Do you agree with this? You all can do this? If you agree, then please type in yes in the chat box. We all have the ability to follow all these habits. Yes, Vishal is saying yes, Vasuki is saying yes, Firoj is saying yes. Always remember, every human being is having all kind of resources to achieve his or her goal. It is that sometimes we miss a resourceful state. We just have to be in that resourceful state, and then we can get all the kind of solutions or the paths to follow our goal. And that is where we are talking about that we have that ability to achieve our goals. And then P is prompt. We all need reminders. So we talked about prompts also in our courses. So there are external prompt, there are internal prompts, and then there is a action prompt. That there is another habit which can become a prompt. Prompt is what? Q is your prompt. For example, if you want to build the habit of running, then you have to put running shoe at a place which you can see early in the morning. That running shoe will be your prompt. So the habit which we want to build is to wake up in the morning and see that shoe. That's it. But that running shoe should be of bright color. It should be new. Probably you have to spend a little bit more to buy that shoe. That you should always remember that I spent 5,000 rupees to buy that red color shoes. And that is something which you are looking every day, and that becomes your prompt. Yes, I should build that habit of running. So that is like prompt. What is that prompt? If you want to build the habit of eating healthy, Keep one apple on your dining table and don't touch that apple. Don't eat that apple. You just keep it over there. And that apple will become your prompt. That apple is your cue to build the habit of eating healthy. So if you are eating any kind of junk food and you see that red color fresh apple, then you are getting that reminder that boss, stop now. You're not supposed to eat junk food. You have to eat healthy food. You can do it in your office desk as well, Firoz. You try this technique that you put some kind of prompt where that will give you the reminder that yes, I have to be active. I have to live a very active lifestyle. If you are sitting on a chair for a long time and then you want to build the habit that I have to be active, what kind of prompt which you would be keeping over there, which will give you the reminder that every 15 minutes I should just stand over there. I should do some kind of movement. Think about it and you will get n number of creative ideas about this. So this is what we learned in the course. We are not spending more time on this, but today we are going to understand very powerful method of building new habits. This is something which we have already learned, and we have talked about the affirmations, right? There is a meditation mantra. There are positive affirmations videos also in the courses, as well as I talked about mirror affirmations, mirror exercise. How many of you are following mirror exercise? If you do, then please type in yes in the chat box. Very simple, three affirmations that I accept myself, I like myself, and I love myself. That's great. Firoj is saying yes, Sushal is saying yes, Vasuki is saying yes. It seems very simple. It seems like, what is in that? Just saying I accept myself, I like myself, I love myself in front of the mirror 3 times a day. Is that something, some kind of medicine or what? Telling you, I'm doing this since last 1 year and it works like a magic. Why it works like a magic? Because whenever you do these positive affirmations, then your identity is getting created. That I'm a healthy person. And that identity plays a bigger role. I love myself. And I told you that this is a starting point and we will be having some kind of plans to go to the next level as well. But the starting point is accept yourself first, because there is a resistance. Many times we have the resistance to accept ourselves. So we have to accept ourselves, we have to like and we have to love ourselves to take care of ourselves. If you don't love yourself, you will not take care of yourself. How many of you agree with this? And if you do, then please type in agree in the chat box. If you don't accept yourself, you don't love yourself, you don't take care of yourself. So first thing is accept, like, love yourself. And for which mirror exercises are must. And that mirror exercises will create your identity, which will create magic in your life. Yes, good. Everybody is liking, agreeing with this, and that is what something which I wanted to convey. Now, the basic thing is, what is a habit? What is a habit? If anybody would like to comment in the chat box, what is the habit? Anybody would like to share anything? What is a habit? Anything is okay. As I said, that this is a family. We are not judging anybody. Whatever is coming in your mind, you can share. Thing which we do regularly. Okay, Shali is saying that. Anybody would like to share anything? What is a habit? Yeah, to see what is the time as well. It is 8:36. Yeah, okay. Thing which we can be done naturally without force. Repeated actions. Yes. Firoj is saying, awesome, amazing. You all are absolutely correct, and I'm amazed that you already have the understanding of what is a habit. Because we usually don't think what is a habit is. We just wake up in the morning and brush our teeth, and that is a habit since the childhood days. But what exactly, why we are doing that? How we are doing that? How we have built that habit? So habit is nothing but behavior that's repeated enough times to become automatic. Have you noticed that? Have you thought about this, that how it is possible that to wake up in the morning and then just going in the washroom, taking your brush, putting the toothpaste on that and brushing your teeth, It is happening so effortlessly, so easily. It is something like automatic happening, right? And that is also happening since childhood days, and then it will be happen till the end of your life, right? Do you agree with that? Why? Because that has been repeated so many times, and that became automatic. So brain pathways have been created. So that is what habit is all about, right? Now, why to build habits? The question is why we are emphasizing so much on building habits. Why I'm saying that you are nothing but your habits. And why we should emphasize on building habits? Because our brain is lazy. Brain is having the resistance to do any new thing. Brain is having a resistance to do any new thing. Do you agree with this? Have you experienced this? Any new thing is there, and then you have that kind of resistance. If you agree, then please type in yes. Vasuki is saying yes. Shali is saying yes. Vidya is saying yes. What is your experience, Suvarna, Firoj? Brain is lazy to adopt any kind of new habits. Yes. And now, this is what the magical formula which we are going to understand. That is, what is the science behind these habits? So CCRR, cue, craving, response, and reward. Very easy to remember and very easy to follow as well. But I need a commitment from you that you will follow this formula. And at the end of the session, I will be asking what is that one habit on which you will really work using this formula. And I will need your response in the hub as well, in the Telegram group as well as in the Facebook group as well. CCRR. Okay, so type in CCRR in the chat box. It is very easy to understand as well as easy to implement. CCRR, cue, craving, response, and reward. Yes, CCRR. So let us understand what it is all about. Cue is nothing but the trigger. Cue is nothing but the trigger. Suppose if there is a person who is a smoker, and then there is another one of his friend who is also a smoker, and then he is smoking. Once you look at that friend or even that person who is smoking, even a stranger smoking, then he is getting the trigger that I should also smoke. That is a cue. If the child is passing by an ice cream shop and he gets the smell of that ice cream, then he gets that inner desire that I want to eat ice cream now. It is a cue that became a trigger. Do you agree with this? Cue, trigger. So in case of habits, it could be like good habits or bad habits, or we will put it in like this, that healthy habits and not so healthy habits. There are always some kind of cues which we will need to identify first. What is the cue? And sometimes, like in this case, we are talking about building new habits. We have to build new cues. Like we talked about building a habit of running. If you put a shoe over there, which you can see, then that shoe is becoming a cue. That shoe is becoming a trigger. I already invested 5,000 rupees. This is like good looking red color shoes, and I really want to wear this and run on the road. Or if you buy a kind of workout clothes, put it over there near to your bed probably. And, just like you're having the resistance to do the workout, but at least can you see that workout clothes every day, every morning? Just see those workout clothes every morning, but immediately after waking up, right? It is a tiny habit which we are talking about. The next level would be, can you wear those workout clothes? I'm not talking about doing the workout. I'm just saying that, can you see the workout clothes? That is the first habit, first tiny habit. Maybe you can try this for 3 days, 4 days, that habit you're building or not. Just look at workout clothes. Isn't it so easy? Is it easy or it's difficult? You type it in the chat box. I'm not saying to even wear the workout clothes or do the workout. I'm just saying, can you see the workout clothes over there? Easy. Vasuki is saying easy. Tushar is saying easy. Now, in the next week, you are going to wear those workout clothes. That is the next level. And you have to try that habit first. It is for 1 week. It is also easy, isn't it? Or little bit challenging, right? Compared to the first one, where in the first habit you are just looking at those clothes, but in the second you're wearing those workout clothes, right? And that is how you are building that. After wearing this workout clothes, now in the third week, maybe you can do some kind of basic workout, at least for 5 minutes. And that is like third tiny habit which we are talking about. Q is workout clothes here, which becomes here the trigger for that new habit. And new habit is of doing workout. If you are not doing the workout, if it is your existing habit, then it doesn't work, of course. But if it is like a completely new habit, then you need a cue for which you will need to think about, and you can become creative as well. What is that cue? For example, if somebody would like to play badminton, would like to become badminton champion, he can buy a badminton racket, keep it over there wherever he is sitting most of the time at home. Look at that badminton racket. If somebody would like, this has happened, in reality, right? There was a girl, and this is, and I'm sure that you must also know this kind of reasons, that if a girl is buying that red color glamorous dress and hanging it nearby to her place where she can see that dress very often, and then if her size is XL and that dress size is L, within some time she can become of that L size because she wants to fit in that dress, because that dress is becoming a cue that I should, that is a trigger that I had to do workout, I had to take care of my nutrition, and then I had to fit in that dress. So that dress has become the cue, trigger. So for any new habit, you have to focus on what is the trigger, what is the cue. Have you understood this? If yes, then please type in yes. And if you know, if any kind of query, then please let me know. But if you understand, then please type in yes. Q is trigger. Then craving. Craving is motivational force. So we talked about this in that earlier formula as well, MAP formula, that we will need to have some kind of craving. If the craving is not there, then you will not go for it. Or if you will even go for it, then you will not be able to sustain on that path. So you will have that motivational force. You will need a craving. So craving here is in positive context. In the negative context as well, if somebody is a smoker and then he is getting craved for smoke, and please understand that if the smoker is smoking, he's having the habit of smoking and he's doing it for smoking. No, he is smoking, he's doing that, he's following that habit for that feeling. He's in the trap of that feeling where he feels that I'm getting a break from my routine work if I'm taking a break for smoking for a minute or for 5 minutes. I get the opportunity to talk with my friend, and that chain of thoughts is getting broken over there, and he feels relaxed. And that feeling is ensuring that he is keeping the habit of smoking. So the craving is very much essential. What is that motivational force? If the runners are following the running habit because they get that runner's high, endorphins are getting created, and that they get into the trap of endorphin. I mean, that is a positive thing. Positive thing is happening. Biochemicals, which we have seen in the biochemicals video course as well, how this dopamine is working, why this web series we are getting into the trap of social media in all these web series and all, because they know the science behind this, how the biochemicals work, and they know how should we utilize or how should we create the market using all these biochemicals, neurotransmitters. So we should have some kind of craving, and that is where there should be some kind of motivational force, which we talked about, that what exactly your why to follow that physical fitness path, right? The next one is response. Response is nothing but the action which you take. For example, like workout clothes are there, then in the second habit, you're wearing those workout clothes. And the third habit is you're doing some basic home workout. That is the response which you are giving. So there is a cue, there is a craving. Craving is like, I have to be fit and fine to take care of my parents. I have to be fit and fine to take care of my children. I have to be fit and fine. It would be like negative, craving as well, that I should be away from all those kind of lifestyle diseases. Generally, I don't advise that. There should be a craving, a positive craving, that motivational force should be very positive, that I want to roam around the world, and for that I have to take care of my health. Before you join in Firoz, I was giving one analogy, that it is something like you have the brush, and then there is a painting which you have to draw, and then there's a canvas. This beautiful world is like canvas, and for that you have to take care of your brush, you have to take care of your mind and body, and that is where response is action. You take care of yourself, and then you can draw that beautiful picture. So response is action. If you understand, then please type in yes. Any query, please let me know. This session might get extended by 5 minutes. I hope this is okay with all of you. Yes, Vidya is saying yes, Firoj is saying yes, Vasuki is saying yes. And then the last one, but the most important one, is reward. Reward is nothing but that end goal, what we are getting. What is that feeling? Many people do certain things for money, but money is not the reward. Money gives you some kind of feeling. Suppose if you have a good amount of money in your bank account, it gives you the feeling you are getting for good lifestyle. If you are taking care of your health, that gives you the feeling that I'm healthy, I'm fine. Your self-esteem goes high. You wear good clothes because you're fit and fine, you're looking good, and that gives you some kind of self-respect, self-esteem. And that is what the feeling is, the most important thing, and that is nothing but the reward. So while adopting any new habit, you will need to take care of all these 4 things. CCRR: cue, craving, response, reward. So you will need to think, what is that new habit? Simplify it, make it like very, very tiny habit, and then think in this way, what is that cue for me? What will be the trigger point for me to build this new habit? What is that emotional motivational force which I should build in, that is like craving? What kind of response, what kind of action which I will be taking? What is that reward for me? What is that end goal? What is that feeling? So focus on this formula, and then you can adopt any new habit which you want to build. So if you understood, and if you find some kind of value in this, then please type in value in CCRR formula. Type in value in the chat box. If any query, I would like to listen to you or to address. Yes, Vasuki is saying value, Vishal is saying value. If you have any query, then please let me know. CCRR formula is very powerful. If you take 5 habits, or we will start with 1 habit and comes to that one. So in this formula, if we eliminate 1, what will happen? We are talking about CCRR, right? But if we eliminate 1, then what will happen? Let us understand that. The first one is cue, right? So if we eliminate cue, then habit will never start. If there is no trigger, habit will never start, because we are talking about new habits here. Because you will not get that reminder that says, this is the habit which I want to pursue, right? Then if we eliminate craving, if there is no craving for it, then there is no motivation. So if there is, if you are not created that kind of motivational force, that means craving is not there. So ultimately there is no motivation. So you will not be able to build new habit. Do you agree with this? If yes, then please type yes. Yes. Awesome. Eliminate the response. And if you will not take any kind of, if there is no response, to the cue and that craving, then there is no response. That means there is no action. There is no response. For example, if there is an apple, apple is a cue, right? And the craving is, I have to become healthy because I want to roam around the world. That is like emotional reason. Yes, I want to see the world because this is the one life. And I want to see the world, how beautiful this world is all about. And that is like emotional reason. That is like emotional motivational force, which is your craving. And that is why the action which you are taking, which is like taking care of your physical fitness first, because you understand if I am fit and fine, then only I will be able to travel. But if that craving is not there, then ultimately a response will not be there. No response, because you will not do the work or you will not take care of your nutrition. And eliminate the reward. If there is no reason to do it again, if you will eliminate the reward, then there is no reason to do it again in the future. And if you will not do it again and again, remember that brain pathways will not get created and that habit will not get built. So it is like why you do brush? Because after doing brush, you feel so fresh. It is not something, remember this thing, and then you would be, you tell me if you agree with this or not. You don't do brush because you really want to take care of your teeth. You do brush because you feel so fresh after doing brush. How many of you agree with this? Think about this, reflect on this. What is that feeling which we get after doing toothbrush? Because when we were child, we were younger, we were not having that kind of understanding that yes, we have to take care of your health and there are germs and all these things. So I have to brush and I have to, no, you started feeling nice after doing brush. You started getting that reward. And because of which you were doing it consistently, brain pathways got created and that became automatic behavior, that became your habit. So what is that reward which you are getting if you will build this new habit? So are you ready to form new healthy habits? See, you got two formulas now, and I have given good amount of examples as well, that how you can do it, how you can simplify it, how you can make it very simple, tiny habits, and then what is the science behind this? How you can build these new habits? There are some kind of examples as well. And if there are any specific habits, then we can discuss also, we can brainstorm also. You can send it in a hub, any message that this is the new habit which I want to build and I don't understand. What could be my cue? What could be my craving? What could be my response? We can discuss. But first is, please remember, every human being is having all the resources. Resourceful state is missing. Once you will know, this is the formula. These are some of the examples. You will get different kind of ideas, creative ideas to follow this and build new habits. So how many of you are ready to build new habits? And what is that one habit? You will need to type in, what is that one habit which you will start implementing the CCRR formula, or for that matter, MAC formula, and get those results in your life.